Turning to the polls this morning, last night's election held a lot at stake for school districts across the Yellowstone County and Montana. School board seats were up for grabs in several districts, including Billings, but levies across the board drew the most attention on Tuesday. We begin in Laurel, where a general fund levy hasn't passed in nearly 2 decades. They had 4 on the ballot. We'll start with the elementary reserve levy, totaling $1 million for 5 years. The measure failed, nearly 1,600 votes against versus a little more than 1,200 in favor. That general fund levy would have gone for school safety and security issues along with maintenance. Now on to the elementary general fund levy. That comes in at $240,000 per year and would have added around $16 per year on taxes on a $300,000 home. But residents also voting it down, more than 1,600 against. This trend continued. The high school building reserve levy is for $400,000 per year for 5 years, adding around $27 in taxes. And that suffers the same fate, losing by more than 300 votes. Meanwhile, the general fund levy would encompass staffing, utilities, and learning materials at the high school. That levy, too, follows a similar script as it fell last night with similar numbers. More than 1,600 against, a gap of more than 400 votes ahead of those voting for the levy. Added up for a district that has already seen nearly 20 teachers cut in the last 2 years, and it was another disappointing night. School officials say the levies would have added to the help with maintenance here and at some of the other buildings, as well as with safety and security. The superintendent says voters in the Laurel School District have not passed a general fund levy in 18 years. We had a chance to talk with Superintendent Matt Torix about the results last night.
I'm very disappointed, but you know, people are very tax weary, and they're just tired of taxes, and I get it. I mean, I'm paying taxes too, so I totally understand. But you know, I'm out here to try to do what's best, what I feel is best for the kids, and I know the board feels the exact same way. And we felt like these levies were what we needed. We need them. Our high schools from the early '60s, and it's starting to show its age in a lot of different areas.
Again, none of the measures in Laurel managed to reach 45% approval. A 50% threshold is required to pass. And finally, to School District 2 in Billings, where there were no levies this time around, but 2 school board seats up for grabs. And one of those seats, District 5, will definitely have a new leader, with Jordan Giudice and Amanda Brown facing off. Giudice is a public accountant who currently serves as the treasurer of the PTA at Poly Drive Elementary, while Brown is a homeschool mom of 2. And this one goes to Giudice, as he receives almost twice as many votes as Brown, with more than 1,800 votes compared to Brown's 1,000 votes. Now to District 7, where former West High soccer coach Luke Ashmore is challenging incumbent John Von Langen. Those results showing perhaps a surprise this morning, as Ashmore ends Von Langen's bid for re-election. More than 2,000 votes for Ashmore, just under 1,200 votes for Von Langen. Just down the road in Columbus, they have 2 levies on the ballot, one for the high school and the other for the elementary school. The general funds would help cover a number of issues, including safety, supplies, technology, activities, and teacher salaries. But both failed by wide margins Tuesday night and by almost identical votes. The elementary levy was defeated by a margin of 711 to 433 votes, and the high school levy by an identical vote of 711 to 433.